Welcome to the Come Join the High Life podcast, home of the hustlers, the innovators, the gifted, and the honorable, where we stay high on love, high on impact, high on faith, and high on energy. So if that sounds like you or what you represent, you're definitely in the right place. Welcome to the Come Join the High Life podcast. Welcome to another episode of the Come Join the High Life podcast. I am Mr. High Life Films.
And I am Tramika.
Yes, and we are here today. Today it's a look in the world. Everybody says it's a little crazy, but it's Friday the 13th. So it's a little extra today. So you gotta watch your step. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for black cats. Watch out for Jason. Forget all that. Anywho, it's Friday the 13th. We here today. We got a special guest, but I just wanted to get on here real quick. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good. Everything be vibing today on this Friday the 13th?
Yes.
You feeling lucky?
Absolutely.
Do you feel lucky?
I'm feeling very lucky. I am. I got a lot of luck on me.
Okay. You wear it well.
Thank you.
But so that's what's up, man. We just playing around, but we're gonna get to some serious business. We have my friend. He's always man, we have some great talks, man. It's from the moment I met him. If we ain't talking about finances, we talking about mindset. If we ain't talking about mindset, we talking about health. This dude be doing 100-mile marathon. When you think you done did something with a little 5 minutes on Peloton, and you over there breathing and puffing and huffing, my guy done did 20 in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? 20 miles like it ain't nothing. You feel me? So now it's cool being around people that stretch you and constantly hold you accountable. And, it's the norm to be healthy, wealthy, and thinking about budgeting. And so I got my good friend, Che Willis in the building today. What's going on, bro?
Yes, sir. We outside. This has been a long time coming, bro. Thank you so much for having me on here. It's been a long time coming, and I appreciate y'all being patient with me because we've been in talks to do this for a long time. And I'm like, man, they think I'm capping. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get back to you. And I had a new position, and I was just waiting for things to pop with that. And that's finally done. Yeah. And then now I'm here. So thank you so much for your patience. Appreciate y'all, man.
In the building, y'all.
Okay. A wise man once told me that wealth is a journey.
Yes.
Big
journey.
Yeah, so my guy, I call him Mr. AKA Wealth is a Journey, because that's the name of his podcast, and my guy's always on there talking that good talk about budgeting and finances, and to so much where even our mentor was like, hey man, what you got going on? You want to come speak to 100, 200 entrepreneurs about budgeting? And how was that experience? Let's get into that real quick. How was that just walking in your purpose and just boom, here go an opportunity? What do you do?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. When he called me to the stage to ask me what I do, I instantly got nervous for whatever reason. And it's like I this is what I do. Like, and I'm doing it over and over and over again. So I got the reps in and all that. And when he called me, like, all right, I get nervous, and then he's like, all right, well, do you want to teach the people? I'm like, okay. But I'm thinking to myself, like, as a recovering introvert, I'm no longer an introvert. I'm not saying that I'm an introvert anymore. That's over. That's dead. But those feelings of being judged came back to me, because it's one person speaking to 100, 200 people, and think about all the judgment that's possibly, coming at your way or whatever. So, but I remember him always saying, which is the reason why I started my podcast, Wealth is a Journey, is that what better way to get your message out to the masses than to start a podcast? So I'm like, man, that was mind blowing to me. So now I have an audience of his group to speak to about my message. Imagine. Yes, I do want to talk. Let's go. But then I only had 2 days notice, so I had to kind of scramble and get things going. But again, this is what getting those reps in, doing the podcast, doing the budgeting classes and different things of that nature. Getting those reps in helped me to be able to speak, be articulate, and make it make sense and relatable and all those things. So it was an awesome time, man. Like, yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
You know what? That is the real definition of, if you're ready, you ain't got to get ready.
True.
Okay.
That's a fact. You're right.
So,
Yeah.
question, let's go back a little bit. Why is budgeting so important to you? Like, what made you just want to get into the budgeting part of even having this discussion? You could be talking about biking. You could be talking about doing them 100 miles, you know what I'm saying? But you want to talk about budgeting. Why is that?
Well, budgeting to me is the foundation of any type of building any type of wealth, right? In order for you to invest, you got to have money. And budgeting, the simplest form that I can say, because people get scared, they say the word budget, they get scared, is all you're doing is telling your money where to go. That's it. And I know growing up, I didn't have a lot of money. I said it to the group that we were poor. My mom might see that. She'd be like, hey, listen. So we were not poor. We just didn't have a lot. So I always wanted more. I just didn't know exactly how to get it. But I knew in order for me to get whatever I wanted, I had to save for it. So I always was a saver, always, from a teenager all the way up. And I would always set goals for myself. And I knew in order for me to knock down the goals, I needed to save up the money. So just a couple short little things. When I was 16, I bought my first car, but I started saving when I was 14. When I was 23, I bought my first house, but I started saving when I was 21. So it carried on, and now we're knocking down bigger goals: pool, car, house, my son's college fund, and things of that nature. So the goals now that you get older get bigger. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a great journey, but that's how it started. It started out by me not having much growing up, and I never wanted to go back to that place. And I never wanted my son to experience the things that I experienced. And it wasn't all bad, but I wanted to operate in a place of abundance. And I knew I had to do that. I had to save for the things that I wanted.
You know, as a 14-year-old, you thinking about saving for your car, you know, for your first car at 16. I know that had to be exciting. And, you know, kids nowadays, I think that kids, they think about spending more than they think about saving. So, you know, in your opinion, what are some ways to make saving fun for kids? Hey you guys, it's your lady Tramika, and I know that you are enjoying the episode right now. But however, if you are not a part of the community, How You're Learning High Life Book Club, make sure that you go and join the community. It's a community where we get together every single day, Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, and we read, y'all. We read books that's going to take us to the next level in our journey. So join the community. Facebook, it's a private group, all right? How You Learning High Life Book Club. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Back to the episode. What are some ways to make saving fun for kids?
Being able to knock down goals. Like, well, okay, so say your goal, like right now, you want to, I don't know, you want to buy a pair of Gucci sneakers. I don't know what kids are buying now. My son's only 12. But say you want to buy whatever it is. And okay, well, how do we map this out now? So if my son came to me and said, hey, Dad, I want to buy whatever he wants to buy. Okay, son, let's map this thing out. And that's the beauty of being fiscally responsible, I'll say. You can teach your kid how to be fiscally responsible as well. And then it trickles down. So what I would do is if he came to me and said, hey, Dad, I want to buy X thing, I would say, okay, let's map it out. What do we need to save per week or per month? And then how long is it going to take you to get the thing? So everything is planned out.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I mean, you know, you got to have a plan for everything when it comes to saving.
Yeah, for sure. So, question. So how important is it to you? Like I know that you do a couple things with your son and his friends. Tell us a few things that you do with your son to make sure he's fiscally responsible and he's understanding the different lanes, different streams, and different ways of accumulating wealth.
Absolutely, man. So what we do is on a monthly basis, my son and two of his cousins, and now two other people get on this call. They're younger kids or whatever. We all get on the call, and what I do is I send them 5 questions regarding investing, around mindset, different things of that nature. I send them the questions. And before the end of the month, they have to send the questions back to me answered. Once they send them back to me answered, then they get a Zoom link. And then like probably within the second week of that month, the next month, we all get on a call and we just discuss it. Like, what's this, what's that? So with his cousins, what I started doing to try to change the conversation and generational patterns and wealth and things of that nature, I started them off with with an investment fund, and they got $25 per month for answering these questions, and they would invest it in wherever they wanted it to go. So if they wanted to invest in Roblox, they would get that. If they wanted to invest in Disney, so forth and so on, Tesla, whatever. So I figured if we get them in that mindset now, then when they're 17, 18 years old, they'll already be in that mindset of, okay, it's only a little bit of money, it's $25. But from the time I'm 12 to the time I'm 17, at $25 is now accumulated a bunch of money, possibly. Because we were never taught these things
at all.
And another thing about budgeting too is because I was good at budgeting, right? I was able to pay off rental properties. So I'm not paying for this. I'm not giving them this money out of my pocket, even though I am. It's coming from the investments. So the investments is now investing in them. And it's not really coming out of my pocket, but it's doing multiple things at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do.
That money circulating, boy.
Right.
Made a baby, and then that baby starts bringing back more money, baby.
Exactly.
And more lessons. I love that. Like, that's something I did with my son. You said Roblox, and I was like, oh, yep. My son always used to ask for them Roblox, and then I started explaining to him about stocks or whatever. I said, would you rather be a consumer or would you rather be a owner of a company? And he was like, every time somebody buy Roblox, I get money. I'm like, in a way. So you can still promote, your Roblox fandom or whatever, and you can get you some money. And I showed him, I think we bought Roblox when it was funny. I think we had bought it when it was like $27 or something like that. And now you look at it today, like 30 something bucks, and he's got to see that in his account. And he's like, oh, I like this. My son ain't nothing but 9 years old. So for him to be able to see the difference between being a consumer and being a owner is something that he will never not understand. Like, just by you teaching your kids, now they're gonna always look at it like that. It's like embedded. And as much as we think that they're not listening, and they're not hearing what dad's saying or what dad trying to show them, they're gonna look back one day as a father and they're gonna be like, dang, my dad was doing his best to put me in the right position, and they're gonna appreciate it even more, and they're gonna be able to pass it down to their kids like a good habit.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. So
they can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Now that's called generational wealth. Because
sure.
you're building that generational mindset first and foremost. It's not just about generational wealth for as financial funds, money right now, but generational mindset, reprogramming, and so that's what's so important.
Yeah, and the one thing, my thought process is always thinking to Che as the kid. What did I learn as a kid? What are the things that I didn't like as a kid, or what things that I did like as a kid, and what can I pass that on to my son? So I learned about investing by accident, I'll say. I think it was a God-appointed time, but it always stuck with me. So my dad, he had rental properties when I was a kid. I didn't know it. He came and picked me up one time. We went down to Philly, and he pulled over one. He's like, yo, I'll be right back. He went to this house or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So he came back, and he had a knot of money in his hand. I'm like, yo, what did you do? He's like, well, these people pay me to live here. And that always stuck with me. I was 8. So I figured if I'm giving them this information now, along with the money, then what can they do with this purposeful information? Because I learned that by accident. Like, I wanted real estate because my dad had it, but he never told me about real estate. He never taught me the things that he was doing. He just showed me a knot of money that he had from these people that are renting the property from him.
That'll do
it. That's all that it took for me. Like, I'm like, okay, I want to do that.
Okay.
And it always stuck with me. So I'm thinking to myself, if I'm giving them this information that I learned, how far could they go?
Yeah. And look back one day, they're gonna be helping you. They're gonna be like, hey, Dad, I cashed in on this one. Remember that one stock you bought me, the Roblox? Remember back in the day, Roblox, Dad? I cashed in. We're going to Rome, y'all. We're going to Rome on me this year. Yeah, that's dope, man. So I got a question for you. I remember you starting the Wealth is a Journey podcast. I mean, camera down, hill on the floor, light down on you, like, you know, in a scary movie, and you know, you did it ugly. That's what I really appreciated about it, because me and you started our podcast around the same time, but your consistency and you just getting uncomfortable. I knew that was something that, you know, yeah, you've been in sales for a long time, but just sitting in front of a camera, you know, going through my thoughts and stuff like that is something that was definitely not your comfort zone. And I appreciate that, as, you know, from the outside looking in, another man, you know, that goes through the same father, you know, he's doing his thing to do right for his kids. How much of plus has you starting the podcast been to your mindset and you know, getting your message out there to the world?
Yeah, bro, that's an excellent question, man, because like I said before, like I called myself an introvert because I was scared to be judged. But I knew what my purpose was to help people. And that's a whole nother podcast within itself. But like I said before, like what better way to get your message out to help people than to start a podcast where it's going out to the world. So anybody can listen to it whenever they want to, which I thought was cool. But the cool thing about doing anything over and over and over and over again is if you're paying attention, you're eventually going to get better if you're paying attention. Or if you have people that are going to tell you, hey, that wasn't it, or hey, you got to get your camera right, you're lighting this and this, that, and the third. And if you listen, then you're going to eventually get better.
And so we're gonna give a shout out to Miss Willis, because it was her that made sure my boy had that light, right? Come on, man. You can't be having the Willises out here looking like this, man. You gotta get us right.
Your boy was looking crazy, and I didn't realize it. And I was like, "Yo, this looks nuts.
Yeah.
This looks crazy."
But you get it. You know, that's what they say. They say, men, all we need is some direction, and we're gonna go. The women, they want the details.
You gotta have the details.
Like, come on, we gotta. Hey, babe, I know you look better than that. Now the camera is not doing you no justice right now.
Look, we come in and we clean it up.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
But yeah, 30 episodes later, though, it's like you've been dropping you have some very powerful episodes, and I know that I've learned by just sitting down and doing a podcast. I get to learn. Like right now, I'm learning from you. You know, just by having the conversation. Like we don't have some conversations way more than what we were talking about now, but you know, just to have you on here and sharing you with our audience is like pretty cool for me, because it's like it's full circle now. Is, you know, me and you, we've been on our journeys. You know, there's been times when I've been down, I give you a call, you done call me up out of the blue and like, hey man, how you doing? And this is from somebody we just met online, you know, through our different networks or whatever. And that means a lot, you know, if young men could be that type of person more, I feel like the world would be a much better place, you know, somebody even said, you know, like, man, you and Shay, y'all, I think they said me, you, and I don't know if it was J Dub or somebody else. It was Akila. She was like, you and Shay should do something together. Y'all should collab. And because, you know, you guys are both great guys. And that just goes to show you've been putting in the reps, and people not going to try to hook nobody up with somebody that, you know, they think out there doing some crazy stuff, or, you know, so I just wanted to let you know that, you know, I appreciate, you know, all the hard work you've been doing and just getting uncomfortable and just showing like, hey man, it ain't got to be perfect. Just do it. Like, I know that sounds cliche, you know, the Nike thing, but just do it. Get out here, get active, and follow your passion. And the guy he gonna open up doors that you didn't even know that was there. It was a secret door where you got to knock on that thing 3 times, and then hit it with the elbow, and then it open up. And then Dave like, hey, Shay, so what do you do again? It's so good they can't ignore you, right?
Bro, that's a fact, man. And since we're in the flower giving mode, I want to give you your flowers, bro, because before I met you and before I really got comfortable in the morning meetup, you were the person that was recommending books. And I just thank God that I listened, because you recommended some dope books. And the one is my favorite now, is Outwitting the Devil. Thanks to you. And I remember reaching out to Dave through the app. Oh, if y'all don't have this book is the one. My favorite book, hands down.
No drifting.
That's a fact. But I recommended it to Dave, and Dave was like, "Yo, well, I tried to recommend this book before, but people were like, nah, we don't want to read the book." I think it was because of the title. Mm-hmm. But the book has so many gems. And if you've been through anything in life, there's something that you're going to be able to identify with in that book. That book is amazing.
Yeah. That's number 2 on my list. That's number 2 on my list.
Back to the flowers, man. But the fact that there was another black man, that read books the way that you do, like you take your book reading to a whole nother level. I was reading books every now and then, but you was like, nah, read this book. And I'm writing stuff down, and you're telling me about this book and that book. And the fact that you poured into me that way made me a better person. Hey. Real talk. So I appreciate you, man. I really do. And I'm always talking about giving people flowers. Like, you gotta, like, this guy's the one, man. And the fact that you took the time and talked to me about the books that you were reading and how it has changed your mind and mindset and different things like that. I needed that on my journey because that was the first time we probably had a conversation, was maybe about a year and a half ago-ish. And you were telling me about the different books and stuff like that. And my mindset has changed so much.
Wow.
A lot of the things that you recommended. So
that's dope, man.
Appreciate you.
And guess what? You run the reason why I keep working out, boy. I'm gonna keep up with them doggone 20 miles. I think I'm doing something, doing my little 45-minute HIIT training. This dude come in, oh yeah, I just did 20 today. 20 what? 20 miles, about 40 kilometers.
Bro, but you start where you are, right? I mean, when I started out riding, with basketball shorts on, first of all. I was one of them guys. I'm like, I'm not wearing one of them tight outfits. That's stupid. Like, what if somebody sees me? But you start where you are. And I started out doing 5 miles, and I thought I was doing something, just like everybody else does 5 miles, think they're doing something. And then once you get comfortable doing the 5, then you do 8, and then 10, and then 16, and then 16 turns into 20. And then you could do 100. If you can do 20 miles, you can do 100. You can. I mean, it sounds like a lot, and it is. Don't get me wrong. But if you can do that, you're not doing the whole 20 all at one time. You're breaking it up. But that is a mental grind if I have ever seen one. But if you can do 20, you can do 100.
So what got you into bike riding?
So my dad passed away in 2018, right? And I knew that the road that he went down when he was younger, like, he drank a lot and probably had a lot of bad dieting and things of that nature. But visiting him in the nursing homes, and he couldn't take care of himself.
Whoa. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy, Mr. Highlife Films. I know you're enjoying this episode, but I just wanted to pause for the calls real quick and let you know that this episode is brought to you by Highlife Films and Photography, the #1 real estate photography company here in Jacksonville, Florida, where we specialize in listing photos, investment photos, 3D virtual tours, aerial photos, and everything real estate content creation related. So if you're a realtor, you're a broker, you're a course creator, or you just need some more content to get you some more clients, hey, this is the place to be. You can check out some of our work at www.ComeJoinTheHighLife.com. Come join the high life. Now back to this episode.
But visiting him in the nursing homes, and he couldn't take care of himself, that crushed me, yo. And I said to myself, do I want to be like this? Great man. But the thing is, he had diabetes because of the different lifestyle choices or whatever. And I was headed down that road at one point in my life. And I said to myself, I don't want to do this. And I don't want to have my son visiting me in a nursing home if I can help it. So I did keto diet and lost a bunch of weight. And then my friends who introduced me to the keto diet, then they started riding bikes. And then we started doing it in the morning. And then after work.
Positive peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but the thing was, like, okay, I lost all this weight, but I was always a yo-yo, like with the diets. So I would lose a bunch of weight, then I would gain it all back because of bad diet. So now I have the eating piece licked. Now I need to work out as well, and then that'll help tone the things up because I was a little loose in the arms and in the belly. You know what I'm saying? So I had to tighten it up. So so the bike riding was cool because it allowed me to clear my mind, hang out with my friends at the same time, listen to music, and it was a quick calorie burn. So that's what got me into bike riding. So all those different things.
Your environment is so important. And like you just said, positive peer pressure. And pain will really make you change some things. You know, it'll make you change up your whole agenda so that you can, you know, understand how to move forward and understand how to deal with certain things, right? You could change, you know, your whole mindset when it comes to pain.
Yeah.
And so,
because he could have easily went another way, like seeing his dad in there, he could have been like, you know what, F it. You know, if that's what it's supposed to be, that's what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna go out here and party, go out, hang out, forget budgeting, you know. But he's seen the side, and that's what I love. Like that's something that us young men need to be aware of, those signs. When them signs is there, like even though it be painful, or I lost my grandmother at a young age, I lost my mom and my dad at a young age. It was painful, but I paid attention to the signs. So now I appreciate family more. I know time is limited. You know what I mean? I understand that the health, you know, I know if I don't eat right and I don't get out here and exercise on a daily basis, somebody gonna be coming to see me if they come to see me. If I, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to leave that up to chance. And, you know, conversations like this, you know what I mean, need to be the norm, because this is what our people need to hear. Not all this craziness going on. The craziness don't need no advertisement. It's there. The positive, that's the part that needs the advertisement, the executing in their face. You know, I'm forever, me and Shay gonna be friends forever, because I'm gonna always be uplifting him. I know he gonna always be sending me some positive words. We always gonna be sharing about different books. We're always gonna be sharing about budgeting. I know if I got any question about budgeting, I'm calling Shay. He's not even a financial advisor, but I know he's fiscally responsible, and he's a stand-up guy. So that's what made me, you know, that's what attracted me to being around someone like that and stretching myself to model myself after a man like that. You know, like that's how I want my kids to know that, hey, dad know how to budget. Dad know how to keep these numbers going, because these numbers ain't going right. If them numbers ain't numbering, good luck. They're gonna be out here winging it.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Yeah. But I like I said before, like you said, your environment is huge, but you can create the environment. So I know that I love being around positive people. Like if you are negative, like get away from me. I don't even want to be around you at all. Or if you have negative energy, not saying that you're negative towards me, but you could just have negative energy, and I do not want to be around you, because life is hard enough with the stuff that you have to deal with internally or externally in your home. And then for you to come around me and be negative, like, nah, I don't need any of that. But just when we were both on our journey early on, and we were, you know, getting friendly, text messages, IG, like, yo, keep going, let's go, keep going. You know what I'm saying? You're doing F45 and doing all those things, man. And you need people like that to push you to keep going, because there are certain times where you don't feel like it, but you need people to push you, like, yo, let's focus on a bigger goal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's why I love the morning meetup, because I can't have 2 bad days to save my life. If I have one bad day, I go on there and I see somebody who done overcame and who coming out of their comfort zone. I'm like, you know what? It ain't that bad. I was listening one day. They said, you know what? We all got problems, and if we all came to a table and we sat down at the table and we all put our problems on the table, and then we looked around at everybody else's problems, we'll take our problems and pick them back up. Because it ain't that bad.
It's true. Somebody always got it worse than you do.
I mean, being in mentorship, you know, programs and groups are important, because you never know who you meet. And so, I mean, if you don't mind, because I know that you kind of briefly spoke about, you know, the relationship in regards to meeting each other from the morning meetup, but how important is mentorship, you know, getting into a mentorship program so that you can, continue to advance.
It's big, and I think we need to get over the fact that you have to pay to get in a room, because you hear that all the time. Different podcasts you listen to, people on Instagram or whatever. But at the same time, you have to listen to your heart on where to go, because I prayed to be here in the morning meetup. Like there was Earn Your Leisure, there was a couple different other Wall Street Trapper and all these different people speaking to me that I was listening to, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, I'm gonna join this course, and I didn't get a check in my heart to move forward with that. And then when I heard Dave and he talked about the morning meetup, I checked my heart, and it clicked. Mm-hmm. That's where I need to be. And everything since I started applying myself and I paid the money, I paid for 2 years, that things started working for me because I applied the things that I was learning along the way. Now there's some things that are talked about that I don't apply because it doesn't apply to me. But the fact of the matter is, you have to take the things that are good that apply to you and utilize those things. I think, along with being in the group, you have to apply it, because there was one point in time where I almost left the group because I was sitting in the background. I wasn't saying much, and I wasn't feeling like I was getting my money's worth. So my wife was like, yo, well, are you participating? Are you talking? I'm like, nah. Okay, well, why not? Got it. So I started participating a little bit more. And then Bryn, who's I don't know if she's still a part of the morning meetup or not, but she was instrumental because she bought some things out of me as well. Like, the joking back and forth, because I love joking back and forth. I love that. And she bought that out of me to be comfortable to speak on the morning meetup and give book bars and different things like that I was going through. Mm-hmm. And then I just kept getting progressively better. So to answer your question, Shamika, it's very, very important to be a part of these groups, especially because we don't know everything. So there's somebody within the group leadership or in the group that you're going to connect with that are going to be able to pour into you, like George, like people, Shakita and all the other ones that pour into you, Dave and so forth, that can get you further faster. So that's to answer your question, it's very, very important. And
you know what I'm saying? Just FYI, if y'all might want to rewind that, time stamp that. That's exactly what it is. That's like the ultimate cheat code, like consistently putting yourself around people that stretch you. Like that's been my hack. I always get around somebody that I don't want to be the smart one in the circle. Please don't smart. I don't need to be in here and everybody asking me questions about how you do this, how you do that. I want to figure it out myself too. Teach me.
Yes, and most importantly, just taking action as well. Not procrastinating. And like you said, Shay, you got out of your comfort zone and you was like, you know what? Let me start participating. Let me start, answering these questions. Let me start really taking advantage of this opportunity, because it's some amazing people in this group and I can learn a lot from this. So yes, taking action, so important.
I want to say something else. Like,
hey, you guys, it's your lady Tramika, and I know that you are enjoying the episode. But however, why don't you have life insurance? You've been thinking about getting life insurance for how long? You've been putting it off for how long? No worries, I'm gonna get you right. Click on the link below and I am going to run you and your family a free quote so that you can protect your family, you can protect your assets, you can protect your business and what is of value to you. All right, no GoFundMe needed. I am protected. Click on the link below to get your free quote. Back to the episode.
I want to say something else. Like, I'll tell you what, like before I did the thing on Wednesday with speaking in front of the group, I felt inadequate. But the thing is like, I belong here too. So if you don't speak because you feel inadequate, like somebody needs what you have, yo. And when I started doing the book club portion of it, when they asked me to do that, I'm like, absolutely. And I started incorporating some things that I had doubts in my mind about, which is the reason why I'm such a stickler about, make sure that you tell people what you do, your XYZ statement, make sure that's tight, because mine wasn't. I didn't have an XYZ statement a month ago or 2 months ago. But now that I do, every time you say it, you get better at it, with just like anything. So I was saying all that to say, like, if you're in a group and you feel inadequate, like, people need what you have. So make sure that you speak up, man, because it's not about you. It's about who you can pour into at the end of the day.
Yes, that's so profound. And for the listeners that don't know what an XYZ statement is, please.
Yes, absolutely. So XYZ statement is basically you telling what you do, how you do it, and how you're going to help them. So my name is Che Willis. I help families living paycheck to paycheck live the life that they want to live through budgeting and investing. So that's my XYZ statement. So your XYZ statement may be something else, but you're just telling people who you are, how you can help them, and how you're going to get it done. Like, what you can do for them and how you're going to get it done. That's it.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
That XYZ statement gets you in rooms. Let me tell you.
Okay, and it keep you in there too.
And keep you in rooms
for a little bit longer. They might be like, "Oh, okay, you do that. You ain't got to guess. What do you do again? What is that? You said you do again? You know." So, yeah, definitely for any entrepreneur, definitely work on your XYZ statement. It ain't gonna sound too good when it first come out, but you know it. You got to put it on reps. That's pretty much what I got from the message from the day talking to you today. Is like, you got to put in them reps, man. Get uncomfortable. It seems as if you get uncomfortable, you get real comfortable real soon.
Fact. That's a fact.
It's gonna take some time, but you're gonna get comfortable.
Fact.
Timestamp that.
Okay. Yeah, so man, Che, man, this has been you've been great, bro. This has been a great episode. We really appreciate you coming in here, talking a little bit about budgeting and all that good stuff. So before we get to the end, I wanted to ask you a question. So HighLife stands for hustler, innovator, gifted, and honorable. It's for those who are high on love, high on impact, high on faith, and high on energy. Which one of those resonates with you the most, and why?
I would say hustler and faith. Please.
Yeah, go ahead. Explain.
Because it's one thing to just grind, just grind, but you have to have faith that you can accomplish whatever the goal is, which is the reason why I love this shirt, because you believe, you plan, and you execute, and that's the way to accomplish anything. But you have to start with having the faith to be able to believe for the thing that you're believing for, and then you plan it out, and then you hustle by executing. So mine are two. The faith and the hustler part is huge for me. Like, I love the hustle, but then as you hustle, you learn. If you're paying attention, again, you got to pay attention. If you're paying attention, you'll learn eventually to work smarter and not as hard. Like, so as I'm getting older, I'm 44 years old. I'm getting up there, y'all. I'm getting up there, man. But as the older I get, I realize that I can work smarter and I don't have to grind as much. So
yes, you 44 years younger. Okay.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
Listening impeccably. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Che. Please tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, so I'm not on Instagram a lot, but Instagram is at CHE.WILLIS. It's Che.Willis on Instagram. Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the same thing. And if you like to book a discovery call to see if we're a good fit to work with each other, please feel free. Wealthisajourney.com. Wealthisajourney.com. I do budgeting. And then I do, if you're a beginner investor, to point you in the right direction, to see what type of investor you are, to point you in the right direction. So once we get your budget right, then you can start investing. And that's how you're going to build that wealth. Wealthy people have money and they use it for a tool. The tool is for the money to make more money. But you have to have the money first to be able to do it.
Create money babies.
Yes. You gotta have a daddy to have money baby. If you got the mama, you ain't got no daddy. If you got the daddy, you ain't got no mama. You ain't gonna have no money baby.
Gotta have them.
That's right. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Y'all doing an excellent job out here, man. I'll be looking for the episodes. Not this one specifically, but you know what I'm saying.
See, accountability. There you go.
You already know, man.
Hey, where can they get one of your shirts too?
Yes.
Oh, wealthisajourney.com. It has everything on there. So it has the budgeting calls, has the discovery calls, the paid calls, has my YouTube on there for my YouTube channel, which is the podcast, shirts. Everything's on the website.
Book coming soon. Course coming soon.
Stretch.
Webinar coming soon.
Never. I never thought I'd be podcasting.
Hey, hey, Believe, Plan, Execute might be a great title for a book. I'm just saying. Since we're gonna put some pressure, we're gonna have peer pressure in this thing. I'll be watching. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. It's always good. We definitely gonna have you come back on here, and hopefully we can go slide through the Wealth is a Journey podcast and go, talk to his people too. But we definitely appreciate you, bro. You the man. I love you like a brother. And yeah, so this has been another episode of the Come Join the High Life podcast. I am Mr. High Life Films.
And I am Tramika.
Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. And please don't forget to put some respect on your mind. Hey, Come Join the High Life.